Ready, go. Okay.
Is it recording?
It's recording. It should be recording. Okay. First of all, here are your data. Miss Johnson, Miss Park, Miss Walls, and Miss Wiedebusch. Okay, if you'll look at the color coding, the red, most of that is indicating a kindergarten range or a hard kindergarten number. Even if that range goes a little bit higher, ideally, if they continue to diagnose, those numbers are going to come back further down. That top range will. So either way, I indicated them as red. That's their first indicator. If they also have that second indicator as red or even yellow in their fact fluency, you'll see anybody under 5 is red, and then anybody from 10 to 5 is yellow. They're on our radar, and then those yellow ranges are also on our radar. So here are things you can add to your RTI folders. That is just your class, your entire class printout of all the ranges, and that's where I got this information from. And then the diagnostics that I actually printed behind it are the kids that we're kind of flagging and looking at. Those are the ones that we'll be servicing starting next week.
Green folder for.
Yes, you can put those in their green folders now. Okay, so that's their beginning of the year data. I'll run it again, middle of the year. We'll look at those levels and indicators again, and then obviously we'll continue to add the fact fluency in there.
So we definitely make a folder for reds. Do we make a folder for yellows?
Some of them, yes, especially if they're double dipping in the yellow, okay? So that's something you'll want to look at. We will be monitoring them closely on that too. So right now we'll be starting a lot of inclusion support. I have our new schedule. Miss Silvis will be coming to you at your same time. And then she'll be coming to you Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Miss Walls, during your math block.
And Friday's different, and that's
okay. Yep, and that's okay. It's just, if you want her in there, great. If at that point you're doing something a little bit peculiar, just tell her, and we always have plenty of things that she can help me with. Mrs. Johnson, I have you from 2:20 to 2:50, 4 days a week. And then Miss Park, I also have you Tuesday, Thursday during your math block from 1:20 to 1:50, and Miss Ford 1:20 to 1:50 Monday, Wednesday. Now, based off numbers, these things could change. So the only reason, like for example, I see Miss Johnson is because she's one of the only ones that teaches math during an odd time. So if I'm having to split myself or Miss Silvis, it's because most of the school teaches math from 12 to 2. So I'm sharing it between third, second, first, everything. And again, if we see, so like I know Miss Walls, and then I'll be in your morning just to help them with the math tub. You have 2 extremely low. So if they're very severe cases, you may start seeing our times shift and change, and hopefully we can try and adjust and get in there more. But that's why our schedule is the way it is. I just want you to take time and look at the kids that we flagged. If there are any others, I just need to know, because I will be putting letters in your box from RTI that say they are going to be receiving services, whether that's in class or out. And I'll put those in your boxes if you can put them in their folders tomorrow.
The IXL, I know that moves, but it doesn't move unless you're testing them, right?
That is incorrect.
Okay.
So if you put them in a station and put them in a skill, whatever, B1.
No, what I'm saying is, we've got this right here, but I know it will change, but do it
continuous.
Okay. That's
So that you could have them in B1, and then they may raise their hand and say, Miss Ford, it's asking me to do a diagnostic question again. That's true.
Okay.
It will pause what they're doing. If they've been on there for a certain amount of minutes, ask them to do some diagnostic questions and put them right back in that skill.
Okay, so, but like I have one that's yellow in both sides, but she aced her, she made 100.
And that's why they're just yellow. And that's where the
But even though they're
teacher-
both yellow like, I can't go to her mom and say she's going to get extra help, but she's going to look at me and be like, what?
Yours are, like, you'll just have your 2 letters.
Okay, so just the 2.
It's those,
Okay.
if they have a red indicator and a yellow indicator, that qualifies them for 2.
Okay.
If
But
they're
only
both yellow,
yellow
it's just
to
kind of
the-
like,
Okay, it just could be the particular skill that you're working on.
correct. Or,
Because
and
some
for
of these
example,
skills
like
we
you
haven't taught.
You haven't started these as much.
Right.
I mean, so
And we haven't taught all of these skills yet.
Right.
Okay, so that just.
It's just a, hey, look
Okay.
at that, and just be aware, we want that to go up. Ideally, it should, middle of the year. So that's what we want to be familiar with. If they're blue, they're sped. If I missed a sped, tell me. Do you have any sped? I mean, sorry.
No.
And then you don't either. Okay, so I got
Not yet.
I think I got
So when you're, like with me 4 days a week, are you coming in there to work with
those.
these?
Yes.
What
So, well, this one, and then this one, because they're two indicators. Yep, all three of those.
Okay.
Those will be, oh, no, this one I haven't tested that second, but I'm sure it's low
Okay.
when I pull them, and that's something we'll be doing today.
So
Um,
you're gonna be wanting to work with them on what we're doing though? I don't
Is
need to plan a
inclusion.
little anything special for them
No.
because we're,
And that's where I'm talking, or that's what I want to talk to you about next. So once it is a severe tier 3, we're not improving, okay? Even with me in there, with y'all doing extra interventions, if we're not improving, if we're not going from red to yellow or yellow to nothing, that becomes that tier 3. So the program I will be working and I will be pulling out is a completely different program from y'all. It's SRA Number Worlds. So it's a whole, it will place them and it will work on exactly their needs. So just be prepared because it won't be the stuff you're doing. It's very well not.
When you're pulling.
Mhm.
Okay.
So we have to make adjustments in the classroom as far as allocating for that. Just
So how does that work with grades?
well, so looking to the future, right now we can't do much about it. Next year, more than likely, first, second, and third will have to have the exact same intervention block time. What that does is it's an 30-minute intervention block. We would come in and pull those tier 3s. You are working with your tier 2s, whether it's reading or math, and then you're having enrichment for the others.
I've done that before in other schools and
Because that's the
Because of
problem we're
scheduling.
running into. Well, it's not only just scheduling, is tier 3 intervention is supposed to be in addition to.
Right.
I mean, those are the terms that it's supposed to be. I'm not supposed to be giving them grades. They're still receiving their second grade TEAC grades.
So it's not for grade, it's not, they won't
Mine
be
is
doing-
not graded.
So they'll still be doing the work we do in the room and getting the grades they're
But
getting.
But
when
see,
you
that
have
punishes them in the scheduling system that we're in now.
right, when you have it scheduled like that, then you're,
You're getting to service your tier 2 group in
but
reading
you're
and
not,
math.
you're not going on with stuff and they're missing it. So
No
it's
instruction.
helpful.
And we're not going to ask y'all to change your schedule this year. First grade is already doing it. They already have their intervention block put in there. So and you can see it on my schedule. So I can go in and what I would do, and ideally there's 1 or 2 that would be tier 3 from every class. I can pull all 3 of those classes at the same time, service them all tier 3 intervention. You're working your tier 2 group, and I can bring them right back, and they've never missed any of your instruction. And the only reason it's first, second, and third is because 4th and 5th already have their tutorial. And so that's, like Raina is in tutorials every day in 4th grade, and I will be in every day in 5th grade. Done.
Yeah.
In 2.5 hours, we can tier 3 service every kid.
So it would be easier if we're all on the same.
Yeah.
Well,
Like they're
and
doing our
the
first
other
edition.
added bonus is that, okay, so 2.5 hours, we've serviced the whole campus on tier 3. Then all those other times, I can come into your math
Yeah.
block and just sit at that or when they're not at teacher table, I can sit at a station with them. So I can do inclusion and still service them the proper way in tier 3, and they haven't missed anything. They're just
Should be
getting
one of my
extra
centers.
support. That's what it ideally turns into.
Yeah.
So they get 2 teacher tables, and not every day, but so. Just look at your kiddos right now. Just make sure I didn't miss anybody. When you're looking at 500 of them, it's a little crazy. But your 2, and if they have a red and a yellow or 2 reds, they will be getting a letter. Does that make sense?
So 2 reds or red and yellow get a letter.
Yes. If for some reason there's something else that pops up, let me know. Because if we start pulling those kids too, like if somebody starts showing some significant deficits, we will get that letter sent out to them as well.
So so if so we're only gonna change up the letters and the kids only at the middle of the year?
No.
Or
no, no,
if
no.
we see that we're doing well, we can get them out?
Yes, that's the whole idea behind RTI. We want them to change colors. And no, and this is a Google Doc, so I can go in and pull those yellows and reds. I have a different document that has them at this point in standstill that says they are entering services at this time. And then they dismissed from services at this time. And they came back into services at this time. So I have a working document that runs that too. This is just a concrete thing for you to see.
been busy.
Yes.
If one, like this one doesn't have anything on him, did we not?
I don't know why he didn't pull up. Maybe he has not done IXL.
He may not have.
So that's something also that if you're seeing a super wide gap, your first one,
Yeah.
I don't think that top range is accurate. Last name, SB.
Yes.
I don't think that range is accurate enough. So if for some reason there's extra time, or if they're going to computer one day and you ask Miss Elson to just put her on a diagnostic.
I think they do it. Isn't that all that, what do they do in computer?
No, they haven't been the whole time.
Okay,
I
I
know
just
they
noticed
haven't.
on my IXL things, it says it'll have like Tuesday and it has all these hours and that's
Well,
when they
she
go
may
to
be doing
computer.
skills, so just tell her to go straight to diagnostic maybe, or
Okay.
like for this one. So if you have some that
And
are
then
super
we've done it in my
peculiar.
room once where they rotated to that.
Yep.
But I'm not watching them, so I don't know.
I know, yeah.
I'm pulling the group, so,
That's okay. That's the only one that I would be more,
okay.
I wouldn't say everybody, because if they're already way up there, we don't need to mess with them. It's, I just know that top range isn't accurate for her. We good? Any questions?
So if I have 3 on here that have yellow, 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 red, or red, is that the only number of folders I need? Because right now I've got 45 folders, roughly.
Well, because you have a lot of,
A lot of
you have
yellows.
a lot of, we're close.
Halfway yellows.
Yes.
So go ahead and be doing the halfway yellows.
Just watch them. Yeah, put some work samples in there if you're having
Oh, yeah,
to do
we've
any
got work
changes.
samples, yeah.
So, because it's, that yellow can go up, which is ideally what we want, but it can go down quick,
Right, okay.
so.
See, here's another one. I have a lot that didn't.
Well, we're
Where's the yellow?
Raina and I are pulling all these kiddos today, so
Oh,
I will
okay,
update
okay.
that
This
And
part,
then-
you're updating the second column?
with the kids that are absent, that were absent last Friday. Do you see any gaps
Oh,
that are,
that's fine.
they didn't test?
Yes, one.
And I keep
2,
their
3.
sheets, and Raina and I will come grab them, but just not at a time when, I try to get them like right at the front of recess, pull them into the hall, like I did, or at the
Okay.
end of the day. So. And I put your time tests from last week in your boxes already.
Oh.
So you can have them work on those, add to them, take them home, whatever, however you wanna do it. If they have your answer
And-
keys done.
Like when you're in there with me, like because I've started math, but not long after. So if I've done the lesson and they're independently working,
Mhm.
you can pull them
Can
to a
pull.
table and.
And that's what I've explained to Miss Silvis as well. We can pull them out into the hallway and work at that table if it's louder or if it's just not conducive to working. But yes, ideally we would like to just stay right in there, work with what you have asked them to do. We will also be documenting the time that we're servicing them while we're in there and what we're doing. So, and then obviously if it comes back poorly on your end and you know we were in there, copy it, put it in their RTI folder. So. What? You're just trying not to talk because of the Dr. Nugent. Tell him.
Hi.
Do you need help getting your answer keys done?
For
Rocket
the,
Map?
I have all the stuff, I just,
know, you
I
don't
just
have
have to
just
put
give
them
them to
together.
me.
it's just great, it's great.
Well, I'm gonna tell you
and
right
open
now.
house
Look,
and.
I'm making the office aides put them together and they do it in like 5 seconds.
Yeah. That's
Yes,
good.
I sign up for that.
Do you
Yes.
have your sheet protectors?
I'll have to dig them
I
out.
have sheet
I'll get those
protectors.
ready.
Get
by
it all
lunch.
out and
Okay.
yes, and bring it to me and I will
See,
have them do it.
Well,
Yours
I
are done.
did.
And
I'm like 2 weeks behind from where I was.
I know, and I know, that's what I'm saying,
And-
let me
Well,
help
the
you and do
paper
it.
supplied,
I know, messed up
because
everything.
it waited until I'm busy, and now I'm busy, and I don't have time to do it. I don't have time.
Got some
Huh?
paper.
I need 10 folders of the same color, I need sheet protectors, and then I've already run your copies, so I need
There's
your
some
copies
sitting
back.
there,
That's okay, I
staring me in
know.
the face.
Y'all, I have been there, so don't feel like, I don't want this to be overwhelming. I want this to be helpful. I know y'all haven't really received services in math in 2nd grade a lot, so let's get them. Let's nip it in the bud now. Yes, come get it.
I have an extra crate.
You don't need it?
I do not need the crate.
Did you
I need
empty?
the files.
Okay,
you know what?
you're good.
Yeah.
All right,
I'll get that down to
Perfect,
you.
thank you.
Thanks.
I have no idea if that's.
Oh, that is.